are students of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. We are going to conduct review on India and Canada relation.
In past times, the relation between India and Canada was good, but in now recent times, some Indian political leaders raised the dispute against that some Punjabi community people in Canada raising the issue of Khalistan in them. It is so now the relation between India in recent time is quite bad.
So in 2015, the new Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, came into power, and he was anti-India. So he started to do anti-Indian activities. So he started to support Khalistani people who were in Canada. So India also retaliate about this. So that is why he now cancelled the student visas from India to Canada.
But it is hard to say, but it is fact that Canada is the base of Khalistanis.
It is the base of Khalistani. Canada is not the only country for the base of Khalistani. Yes, there are many. Most of the anti-Indian activities are from Canada, are done from Canada, but there are other countries also like Australia and New Zealand and other Europe countries.
But all the Punjabi communities are not belong to the Khalistani community. Some are, only rare persons are in the Khalistani community.
Yes, we are not saying every Sikh or every Punjabi is a Khalistani. They are more nationalist than us also.
That affects the relation between India and Canada.
Yes.
But to know the India-Canada relations, you have to deep dive into the history of relation between India and Canada. Actually, the relation we have to discuss after independence, because before that the relation was not directly with Indian government. The relation was with the British Empire and all. So the relation started from 1947. In 1950s, it was a quite good relation. Actually, Canada supported us with $3.2 billion support actually, so that India could make its infrastructure in this growing economy of the new or post-modern world. Canada also supported us for a few hydroelectric projects. Canada also supported us for a few nuclear projects. But we have to analyze that phase from where the relationship between Canada and India got degraded. And I think it was the phase of 1970s and 80s, and when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, and there was an attack on Indira Gandhi, and then there were Delhi riots and all. Then from there the relationship got deteriorated, and I think from that was the root actually. After that there were many ups and downs in the relationship, but after that the major issue was after 2015, and even after 2015 Canada government supported in few ways, and Canada government also acted against in few ways. But when there was election in Canada in 2019, when the current Prime Minister of Canada, he didn't achieve the majority in the parliament, so he needed the support of another party, which was I guess which was NDP, if I am not wrong. And that party, the leader or the head of that party was a person of Punjab origin actually. So the current government in Canada is a coalition of the government of Trudeau and NDP, which is headed by a person who is from Punjab origin, and there were allegations that he supported the Khalistani activities and all those. So actually the relationship was a bit complex. It is not that easy to understand actually.
Also, I do agree with him, but I would also like to add a point that there was a person named Nijat who was the main politician of NDP, and who was a Khalistani. That means he supported, he wanted that Punjab should be a separate country from India. So Nijat was killed by someone. So the Trudeau said, as there was a political angle in all that, so Trudeau accused Indians and India that the Indians have killed Nijat. but that was not the case. So there is our political connection between Trudeau and the Khalistan.
Yes, actually Trudeau claimed in the Parliament of Canada itself that Indian bureaucrats were behind the killing of Niger, because Niger was a Canadian citizen and that was the issue, and he said it in the Parliament officially that Indian bureaucrats were behind this, and after that they actually said to some bureaucrats in Canada to go back to their country, and some bureaucrats in India who were of Canada. So Indian government also ordered them to go back to their country. But there were also few phases after 2015 when relationship was good also. Like there was an STS agreement between the Canada and Indian government, which was related to the visa for the students or the research analysts in Canada. So I think the relationship was more bad in the political angle, but when it comes to economic angle or when it comes to study or research angle, the relationship is not that bad actually.
Yeah, I agree with him that unless political issues, all the relations like goods and services and education and investment are good in this.
So as you said that visas, there was ease of visas from India to Canada, but the recent news it says that Trudeau has cancelled the visas for
Yes.
Indian students.
Now recently the relation between India and Canada is on its low actually. It's historical low. We never saw this down relation between India and Canada actually. One minute.
Our organization named CPA is established by the Indian and Canada government for the trade between both of the countries, and it's a tax. It's related to an increase in the tax rate which apply on the goods that trade from one country to another. But in few years, the Canada refused to accept this policy as they said that it would be loss for them.
Geopolitical implications is also a major challenge to India-Canada relation. The India-Canada diplomatic standoffs may harm India G20 reputation, and if these allegations are substantiated, then this may harm the nations related to these countries.
It may also harm the reputation, and there was also an incident that PM Trudeau also requested the PMO for a separate meeting for the bilateral relations and all these things for with the Prime Minister of India, but PMO refused to arrange this meeting separately with Trudeau. Then there was also an incident which indicated about the deteriorated relationship between both the countries. Like there was a technical issue in the private plane of the PM of Canada. Then India offered their own plane for the Prime Minister of Canada, but he refused to take that plane, or he refused to take any help from India. So this also shows the level of relationship between India and Canada.
But there is a economic trade between India and Canada also. So the Canada is trade deficit to India and with a 3 billion US dollar. India invests about 10 billion US dollar to Canada. So should we consider that should be our relations with Canada, or what could be the way for our foreign policy?
I think the way for the foreign policy is that any country which is currently superpower or an aspiring superpower, it should mediate between both the countries, or either these two countries should talk through the bureaucrat or through any kind of organization which is at a world level actually, like they can talk or resolve the issues through UN or and many other human rights organizations are also there, through which they can talk to each other.
But Canada is directly saying that India is the murderer of Niger, so it is impacting our world image of India. So, do you consider that?
Like what the issue is that there is an organization which is called as Five Eyes organization, which consisted of 5 countries. These countries are basically the country which have Anglo people as its citizen, like US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and UK. So India can choose the path of 5 eyes to mediate with Canada. Like India have good relations with US India also have good relations with Australia. So India can use this path to mediate with the countries. So I think this can be one way forward.
That could be the way, but a lot of Indian students goes to Canada for higher studies, as MBBS is very much costly in India, but not in Canada. So that students' life would be affected if our India-Canada relations are
They are quite unsafe according to this political issues that they are being safe in this country also.
Yes, because according to the current political atmosphere of Canada, many Indian students or who are of Indian origin, they are feeling not very safe. Even the Indian bureaucrats or the foreign staff which is there in Canada, they are also not feeling safe.
They are called off to India.
Yeah, they are. Some of them, the senior bureaucrats, are even called back to India, and even few are still there, but they are not feeling safe. Actually, they got death threats from the local organizations which are operated by many Khalistanis or the many local people there. So,
As he says, Five Eyes Alliance and Canada G7 membership can also create, will complicate situation for the partners of India like US, UK, Australia and Japan. For first nuclear research, Canada gives plutonium to India.
Since Canada gave plutonium to India in 1967, and it's been 50 years that it happened. So should we consider that 50 years is a long time and the relations can deteriorate accordingly? We just cannot sit back and just say Canada has passed 100 years ago, so we will just be friendly with them. That is not the case. You have to see the present scenario of the whole world to be geopolitical against any country.
but we are actually giving example of past that how we were good friends in the past 50 years back. We were very good friends, and now the relation deteriorated to this level that even the most prime ministers or even their external ministers are not ready to talk with each other. So we are using this as an example that how good friends we were back then, but now the relationship got deteriorated. So now actually we need to develop some kind of way forward from any organization.
The relation is deteriorated because of the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau. Before 2015, our relations were good with them. After 2015, the actions of Trudeau is not India friendly. So that is why there is a political connection of Khalistanis with Trudeau. So that is why our relation is deteriorating. But
no, we can't say this officially that Khalistanis have a relation with Trudeau actually. These are just allegations or just newspaper articles which say that Trudeau for his political will is just trying to propagate the people actually, but we can't say this officially that he has relations with
It is not true yet.
no, but I think you all will agree that Khalistani are anti-India. They want separate country from India. So, and you will also agree that Trudeau is supporting them. So there must be a relation between them.
Yeah, we can say that Trudeau actually wants the vote of the people or the people who are from Punjab origin actually, and he also have a share of person, the head of NDP, Jasmeet Singh, who have around 40 seat I guess in the Canadian Parliament. So just for the support of those, he is supporting these kind of anti-India activities, but we can't say that he has relations with them directly.
But these issues happened in the past because of some reasons. But this is not the end of this relation, India-Canada relation. This relation will be balanced by negotiations by revival of CPA and by
bilateral agreements and all this.
Yeah, of course.
Communication is must.
So I think we shall conclude our group discussion, and the relations. I think we should not deteriorate more our relations with any of the superpower countries, because Canada is a very powerful country. It has nuclear weapon also. So we shall not deteriorate our relation with it.
But this is the era of postmodern world, and in this postmodern world, power is now shifted from the Atlantic Ocean to Asia Pacific region actually, and now the power lies with India, China, US, and this Asia Pacific region. So there is no way that India has to act anything
According to the West.
just according to the Western hegemony actually. Now India should take its independent stand. If something is wrong, then India should condemn it, and if something is right, then India should adopt this.
No, but there is a very wealthy relationship also, because Canada invests in India for infrastructure and other share market also. So if the relations are worsened, so there will be a loss of economic loss for India also.
Yes, I think the bottom line of all this discussion is that just for the political will or just for gaining the vote of few people or people from few origin or just for the political will, we should not deteriorate the economic relation, we should not deteriorate the other educational or other interest of both the countries, because the major in democracy actually power lies with the people, and with the change of government we hope that the relation will change, because currently the Trudeau have the policies which are favoring the Khalistani people. So this is the conclusion.
So in conclusion, we would like to say that no country is our best friend or enemy. It's just a matter of the scenario that at that time.
It's just a matter of interest actually. Countries always work according to their interest. So